Take a deep breath and come join me for a moment of self-care. Let's see what the cards have in store for you today. I've already shuffled the deck, so let's get started. Greetings, fearless friends. Welcome to your extended reading. In the Coping Skills for Trauma deck, we got a message about our stories. What is our story? And interestingly enough, the throat chakra, which represents obviously our throat, our speech, the way we talk about ourselves. That is an interesting card that wants to come out here to clarify the stories that we tell ourselves. And then I'm going to use the Scrying Ink Lenormand deck, which uses lots of symbols and imagery to tell a story. So let's see what symbol or image, what idea wants to join us today in this reading. What wants to come out? Just one card. Yep, I'll take this one that flipped over. Tower. All right. So I'm going to start by reading from the throat chakra card. The frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. The flower of life is a geometric shape recognized by many cultures all over the planet. It consists of 13 equal circles that intersect at the middle of each circle, creating a perfectly proportioned flower. As a symbol, the flower of life represents the universe as a whole, as well as the harmony in which all the separate components of the universe work together. This beautiful pattern is often used to indicate our understanding of our connection as humans and as spiritual beings to the whole. The color blue is associated with the fifth or throat chakra, located in the area of the neck. It is linked to communication and our ability to express our needs and desires. Blue is cooling, a mentally relaxing color, and it pacifies the nervous system. It connects us to holistic thought, it generates wisdom, and it supports our communication and speech skills. Blue is considered the color of truth. Its sense is hearing. Try this. Think for a moment about the last time you really expressed a deep truth to someone. How did it feel to be completely honest and authentic in your expression? Are you always able to express yourself this way? If not, what holds you back? Wow. Really interesting clarification to come out here, especially when we're talking about what is our story? What story do we tell about ourselves? What story do we tell ourselves about ourselves? And is that story true? And not only is that story true, is this the story I want to tell? Because you are not bound to any story about anything. Stories are just stories. They're not necessarily facts. They're not necessarily true. And so the message that I'm seeing here is that you need to make sure you have a good idea of your story, what your sense of yourself is, what your internal monologue looks like. Is it loving? Is it supporting and caring? Or is it super critical? Is it harsh? Do you have this little voice inside that is telling you things that aren't true? How do you know where that voice is coming from? Do you even know which voice is your internal voice? So that's a really powerful thing to do, and we don't always feel comfortable telling our stories, and we don't always feel comfortable speaking up for ourselves either, right? So what the throat chakra is asking you to do is, once you know your story, you know your needs, you know your wants and your desires, how are you going about by manifesting those things in the world? Are you asking for the things that you want? Are you expressing your needs to the people around you? Are you expressing boundaries that you have put in place for people to kind of keep yourself safe? And it's hard for us to really express those needs and wants if we haven't gone inside yet to even know what they are. So do you know what you want? Is what the universe is asking you. And once you know that, ask for it, and you might be surprised by receiving it. Sometimes all we have to do is ask, especially when the worst that can happen is somebody might say no. So let's see what the Tower has, if we can learn anything new from the Tower. So the Tower talks about corporate jobs, hierarchies, solitude, boundaries, alone. So It's always so interesting to me how these messages kind of come together. So the tower is kind of your truth, is your your body, your house, and so you see this kind of blue imagery ties in with this so nicely. The tower is a symbol of isolation as well, right? Being alone, solitude. We know what a tower represents for us, the princess in the tower. So are we the princess in the tower, or can we rescue ourselves? What is our story there? What kind of story do we tell about ourselves? So the universe is asking you to go inside, right? To take some time in solitude. Maybe take a weekend, take a day, take a few hours, take whatever time that you have to go inside yourself, to have some, to be able to express your boundaries, right? Your boundaries of what you want inside with you, what you want outside. So you're being invited to go inside this week. Go inside, take some time to yourself, find out, do I know my story? And then how do I tell my story? How do I ask for things? Do I stand up for myself? Do I say things that I really mean, or do I say what I think people want to hear? Do I know what my own story is? So take some time take some time today to think about your story, and keep in mind that you are safe, you are loved, and all is well.